Actually, I was bleeding for more than 2 weeks and things were getting really bad, and I almost deferred my last semester of me graduating. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ace Champaka Wolf. How are you guys doing? How is everyone doing? I hope everyone is doing okay. As for me, I'm doing good. I'm thankful to God for the gift of life. So, this is actually a story time. Excuse me. This is actually a story time of how God healed me from polycystic ovarian syndrome. Sorry. This is actually a story time of how God healed me from PCOS, and it was not an easy journey. Actually, it started way back when I was in high school. I used to have irregular periods. So there was this time I didn't know what my mom was going to do, but my mom told me to request permission from school so that she can take me to hospital. At that time, I think I was completing high school. I was completing high school, and I didn't know that my mom was taking me to go and take a pregnancy test. I was very innocent, sorry. So my mom and I went to the hospital, and they told me to give out a sample of my urine, and innocently I gave out the sample of the urine. So the results came back, and the thing that I just saw was my mom was giving the results in a brown envelope. So when we were leaving the building, my mom opened the envelope and she read, and she told me, take and see for yourself. So guys, when I saw when I read whatever was in that paper, it was like, it has been written, okay, the name of that hospital and whatnot, pregnancy test negative. Guys, I was shocked. I think my mom maybe thought that I was pregnant and she didn't know. Maybe she was like, oh, she's a young girl, she's my daughter, maybe she's messed up, she's pregnant and she doesn't know. So the test came out negative. So going about, things went out like that. I enrolled, I got to university, and I studied well for the first year and the second year. So things started to take a turn when I was in my last semester of me graduating with my degree, not my master's, my degree. So I remember, normally I usually had irregular periods. I would miss my periods for like 3 months, and then like I'll get my periods normal for like almost 3 days, but they were heavy periods. So I will never forget, I knew I would get my periods as usual for 3 days and then I'm done. But then the periods didn't stop. I went 4 days, 5 days, and I did not tell my mom. I was like, maybe I just took it as normal. So it went out 1 week, and I was like, okay, this is not normal. So almost 2 weeks, I had to tell my mom that I have been having periods for, this is the second week now. So my mom was really sad. She was panicking. That's when she took me to a gynecologist in a certain hospital, private hospital. So that's where the treatments started, the hormonal treatments. Guys, I was not right now I've added weight, but I was not like chubby like the way I am right now. So I was visiting one guy after another, and they were all giving me different medications, and those medications were affecting me negatively. And it reached a point where the last guy, I won't mention her name, but I was tired And I remember I just told my mom I want to defer this semester because it was affecting my studies, because I would finish almost one packet of a pad. I think it contains 7, yeah. So I'll finish almost a whole packet. During the night when I sleep, if I just mess up a little bit and I just sleep like that, I will mess up my sheets. So almost every 2 to 3 days I would wake up, wash my sheets, get a new pair of sheets, and make my bed. So during this time I was still taking the medications, the hormonal medications. Nothing was working. At the same time I was taking beetroot and these medications like to add blood into my system. So it went on like that until it was one Saturday morning. I just got tired. I was feeling dizzy. I'm having a headache. And I remember I just told my mom, I can't do this anymore. I want to defer this semester, because I was not even comfortable in class, because every time I would just make a movement, blood. Anytime I would make a movement, blood. And there were huge clots of blood. So I was not even comfortable staying in class. I just wanted to defer, I heal, and then I come back to school in another semester. So my mom was like, no, we have to go to hospital again. So that's when, before that, I had a dream. I don't know, I had a dream. It's like I was pregnant, and then there was this ray of light, because I was so afraid, because I had done my research, and women who had such a condition, it was not easy for them like to get pregnant. And so I was so worried. And I remember there was this magazine that was just laying over there at our coffee table, and there was this story of this woman who had the same issue, but God came through and she gave birth to twins. So I was so afraid. I was like, oh my goodness, I desire to get married and have children. What is going to happen to me, So we went to hospital and we were directed to this doctor. He's a guy, he's a really good guy. Actually, God used him. And I remember I also had another dream that it's like I was undergoing, it was a weird dream, but I didn't know it led to me having to undergo a laparoscopy surgery. So I remember when we went to that guy, he told my mom that don't worry, everything is going to be okay, your daughter is going to be fine. So I was booked for an emergency surgery. Guys, I didn't know. The doctor just looked at me and he just said, no matter how many medications she would have taken, this one she'll just have to go under the knife. So I went in on a Saturday and I was booked in for an emergency surgery on Monday. So I was told not to eat gaseous foods and whatnot. And the last meal that I had was on Sunday at around 3 or 4 p.m. because, and I think I only had rice. I think I only had rice and was it meat or something? Yeah, with some vegetables. So I went for the test, of course. They had to test my blood, my sugar levels, my high blood pressure that Saturday, even Sunday, and the Monday actually also. So I went to the hospital on Monday. I actually went alone, then my mother came after. So on Monday, that's when I went to hospital, and I was scared because there was this nurse who came and he was like, you agreed to undergo this surgery, no one influenced you and whatnot. And my guy back then had told me that he's going to be there with me. He's going to come early in the morning. So I was a little bit scared. I was like, oh, wait for my guy to come, I don't know what not. And then something told me, I was like, you know what, I don't care, let me just go ahead with this surgery and whatnot. So that day I went and I had the surgery. And after that, I remember when I woke up, I was just screaming, oh my goodness, I want to pee, it's painful, I want to pee, it's painful. Actually, it was painful, and my whole body was freezing. It was really cold. And the nurse was like, whose patient is this for? And what not? And the nurse inserted a tube down there, and it was painful because I don't know whether I'm peeing, I'm not peeing, I can't feel anything. So I didn't leave the hospital immediately, so I stayed in the hospital for, I think, almost 3 days. The doctor, he used to come and check up on me. He was like, oh, are you passing wind, like how are you feeling and whatnot. So I was told not to eat heavy food, solid heavy food. So I was just on mashed potatoes, minced meat, rice and whatnot. So I got discharged, thanks to God. I got discharged. And I remember my mom was so worried, because she was like, you stayed in there for so long, and she was so worried. So after that, I went back home, and I remember I could not sleep, of course, on my stomach. I couldn't even sleep on my side. So mostly I used to sleep facing up. And previously I didn't find it hard, because that was my I got used to sleeping. I'm used to sleeping facing up. So I remember my bed was here, and then there was like a coffee table. I had my coffee table there on the side. It was my study table. Sorry, not a coffee table. It was an office study table that I had. So I remember when I used to wake up in the morning, every morning, the first morning I never woke up like this, because it was a little bit painful. So I used to wake up like this, you know. So the first day like that, and then the second day, I remember as I was sleeping, I saw this white light at the rooftop in my room, at the corner. And so it was at night, and I'm like, where is this light coming from? And I look outside, and in the estate where we were staying, there's no light that you could say it's bouncing, like coming into my room. It was just a strange light. I remember when I saw that light, I felt something like, I can't really explain it, but it was like, I felt like a sensation, a peaceful sensation around where I had my surgery. It happened twice. So I went back to sleep, and trust me, you guys, when I woke up in the morning, that morning I didn't wake up like this. I don't know why, but I had the strength, and it's like I had been healed, and I woke up like this. Now I was able to wake up, like any other normal human being. So I remember I woke up and I told my mother that testimony, and the lady who used to be our house manager back then. And since that day, excuse me guys, since that day, I thank God, like I have regular periods each and every month. I have my regular periods. I don't miss my periods. I'm thankful to God. It's like around, how many years since that surgery? It's almost 7 years. Yeah, it's almost 7 years since God healed me. God used that doctor. And now after the doctor told me, oh, you need to have a bed rest for almost 2 weeks, like 3 weeks. Then I was like, I haven't, it's my last semester for me to complete my degree, and this issue came up. So I had to catch up with CATs, continuous assessment tests, catch up with lecturers, like, and the notes that I had missed during that time. It was almost a month of me not attending my classes, but God came through. Actually, I passed all my units in that semester. God came through. I'm thankful to God for that favor, and it is such a huge testimony. I'm thankful to God for that. And I graduated with my degree. I'm thankful to God. It was a setback, because I was like, why is it happening when it's my last semester of me completing my degree, and this is what I'm facing? But I'm thankful to God. I'm thankful to God. He has been with me, he is with me, and he has always been with me. So I just wanted to share that testimony, and I'm thankful to God. I'm really thankful to God. I don't take that for granted. I'm thankful to God. So thank you so much for listening to my testimony of how God healed me with from that PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. Right now I'm okay. I'm great. I thank God. Thank you so much for listening to me. Kindly like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching and listening to me. Kindly like this video. God bless you.